You mean to tell me that a healthy, happy woman would willingly choose to spend the rest of her life by herself?
Yeah, we are happy. I don't understand why that's confusing for you. I don't understand why people like you even give a fuck.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got something pretty good today, man. We got some sisters going back and forth. Not really going back and forth, but we do got one sister trying to correct another sister, right? Pretty much responding to a sister, but really responding to a lot of women, right? So really is responding to all you women who ask the question, who pose the question: do women who are single, do they really can they really find happiness by being single, right? And I guess it just triggered this sister where she said, "Hey man, yes we do, right? Yes we do. We can find happiness while being single, right?" Now, I mean, hey, to some degree, I've seen it. I'm not going to say that it doesn't happen. Now, we all know that realistically, right? Realistically, when women hit their 30s, right? Once they get older, they're going to understand. They're going to say, hey, well, you know, it is about that time for me to go ahead and settle down, right? They're going to go ahead and start getting to the natural ways. Because once again, this is where we say women are very emotional. Women like to talk, right? You know how you got your hood guys who just run off at the mouth, who's all talk, no bark. Once it gets to that time and they like, hold on, man, time out. I know this is how I thought before. I know this is my thought process before. I know I was a feminist before. I know I had feminist ideas, and I know I was saying, man, that hey, can't no man tell me this, can't no man do this. I don't need no man this, that, and the third. Okay. When they get older, reality ends up hitting them in the face, right? So now, I don't believe I've ever talked about this. I don't believe I've ever talked about this on the channel. So, I mean, of course, man, let's just go ahead and jump into this video.
You mean to tell me that a healthy, happy woman would willingly choose to spend the rest of her life by herself?
Yeah, we are happy. I don't understand why that's confusing for you. I don't understand why people like you even give a fuck. If you're so happy with your children and your life and your all of that, why are you constantly trying to ask us if we're happy with our decision to not have children? And here's the thing, the roles are never reversed here. It's never child-free people constantly asking people with children, are you truly happy? Like, do you feel fulfilled in your life? Because we don't give a fuck. We're too busy living our happy, child-free lives. We find happiness within ourselves, and we don't have to surround ourselves with other people in order to be happy. But here's the thing though, there's no right or wrong way to find happiness in your life as long as you're not hurting anybody else. If bringing children into this world makes you happy, great. If not having any children and just living life makes you happy, great. Why do we have to constantly have these debates on who's happier? It's not even really debates. It's constantly people with children getting mad at people who don't have children. Like we're fucking bothering y'all. If you're so happy with your children, go be happy with your children. Leave us alone. We're living life perfectly fine over here.
It's very easy and it's very convenient to say what she is saying, being that she is probably in her 20s. She looks right now. I know black don't crack, but she looked like she is in her 20s. Once again, it's very easy to say that, man, when you still have your future ahead of you, right? You're pretty much at your peak. Because don't get me wrong, man, that's a very beautiful sister. Dude, like, come on, let's be real. That's a very beautiful sister, bro. Like, she should definitely be somebody's wife just off the looks alone. Now, I'm not sitting over here saying you should always date women off of looks, but from what I'm seeing, man, I mean, hey, right? She's definitely comfortable if you ask me. But for the most part, man, at least with that mindset, once again, because you're gonna have those type of women that always try to justify it and be out here creating all of this baggage, creating all of these issues, just to then once they hit their 30s, they want to, oh, I want to go ahead and settle down. Oh, well, you know what, man, I ain't giving up the cookie until a man wants to. Y'all seen Think Like a Man, where Megan Good was like, hey man, listen, you know, I done slept around with as many men as I want. Now I'm gonna put you on a 90-day notice. She meets a new guy. She wants to go ahead and put this guy on a 90-day notice. You ain't want to put those other men on 90-day notice. Why you want to put me on notice? Now, once again, get the intentions. Hey, well, I just want to go ahead and cut back on my body count, right? I want to cut back. I want to go ahead and be celibate. I want to find the right person, quote unquote, right? You can respect that because you're saying, hey, well, you know what? You're respecting yourself a little bit more. So, hey, if you don't, you know, hey, once again, so you can't get upset when guys sit over here and say, well, that's bull, that's BS, when you allowed other guys hit, but now I got to sit over here. I got to be Mr. Gentleman to you. It just doesn't work that way. Some guys are going to cut it off, but then you might end up catching a guy that say, all right, that's fine. It is what it is. But generally, a lot of women are going to be holding their past, right? They ain't going to really say too much about their past, right? They're going to want you to worry about the present. Once she hits those 30s, once again, man, she's going to be singing a different tune. Once she hit 35, once she hit 40, she's going to be singing a whole different tune, man. And once again, you see a lot of women, man, who regret not taking life seriously. You got a lot of women, man, who regret not taking that one nerd seriously. They got a lot of women who regret, man, not actually vetting these men and saying, hey, YOLO, I get to live my life how I want to. Once again, it's very convenient for her to say that, right? It's very convenient for her to say this until it's time to go ahead and face the fire, because at the end of the day, don't forget that you're going to be old, right? You are going to be old and you're going to need a companion. You're going to need somebody there. You're going to want a child, right? Now, I've seen, once again, my grandma, she got divorced, man. Well, my mama was still little, right? And she hasn't been married since. Right now, you could say, hey, man, listen, she's living a peaceful life. I mean, but once again, after what? After having a family, after having a child. And she said, hey, man, listen, I can't get married again. Hey, right? But for the most part, man, you're always going to go down that route of wanting to have a child, of wanting to have a family. It just happened that my grandma and my granddad didn't work. Hey, but once again, for the most part, man, hey, had they actually worked, they would have been together. Then what? Right? Once again, you have a family, you have structure, you have boundaries. They can keep being disingenuous as much as they want. They can be disingenuous as much as they want, man. But the only answer to this is time. Time will always tell. Time will always humble someone. So, we got to go ahead and read these comments, man. So someone says, come back to this in 20 years, right? Once again, I say just give it 10, because once again, I say she's in her late 20s. I say give it about 10 years. Once again, she's going to be a totally different person. She's probably going to have a kid on her hip. Hell, she might have a kid on her hip right now. You got plenty of single mothers saying this exact same thing, right? Well, yeah, I'm happy, man, as a single mother with a child, right? Yeah, okay. So someone responds and says, I see this a lot. Then boom, an ultrasound pic. Thank you. Someone else says, you're not happy. You need kids. Here, take mine, please. Someone else says, can we be honest? These ladies make these videos, then end up looking crazy the moment meat come out in their life. So someone says, remember, ladies, God made us for them, not the other way around. God said it's not good for man to be alone. He knew we'd be just fine and content. Someone else says, she didn't look happy to me. Look at her dead eyes. She needs sleep. While you'll look like, come on, world, I'm ready. He needs to fix that sentence. But someone else says, I feel like women who feel like they need to be in a relationship aren't happy and healthy. Happy people enjoy their own company, right? And once again, that is what a lot of your single people would say. So, I mean, hey, man, look, y'all let me know down below, man. How do y'all feel about this, man? I say otherwise, but like I said, do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel.